no! So I hit up ABC. They were showing Let's Make a Deal and the Newlywed Game.
Oh, so they were totally all about Monday Night Football then.
Nope.
Oh.
They were reluctant to sign even though they had the lowest ratings of all the other networks.
Lower than Bravo TV?
There were only 3 channels at that time, Laura.
Oh, yeah. Plus PBS.
Public Broadcasting Station.
You're just opposite abbreviated.
You get me, JL. You really get me.
I don't know what any of that means. So I told ABC that I would offer it to the Howard Hughes Network.
You mean the American business magnate, investor, influential figure in the aviation industry, engineer, prominent film producer and director, and philanthropist who later in life became known for his eccentric behavior and reclusive lifestyle and oddities that were caused in part by a worsening obsessive-compulsive disorder?
OCD.
Oh, he was deaf too.
Who are you people again?
What did ABC say?
ABC said, fine.
Just fine?
Well, it was more like, fine. And then they huffed and signed the contract.
Oh, like this. Fine! Scribble, scribble.
Wow. Are you a Foley artist?
Why, yes I am.
No, she's not.
ABC was probably afraid that if Mr. Rozelle signed with Hughes, many ABC affiliates would have preempted the network's Monday lineup in favor of the games, severely damaging potential ratings.
Correct. I pretty much had them by the balls.
The footballs. Am I right? Am I right? Is this thing on? I can't see anyone.
Have you met Rooney?
No. Who is Rooney? I'm Rooney. Rooney Ulrich. Famous ABC sports producer.
Nah, I've never heard of him.
I never heard of him either.
I have.
I have not. But I will say, without my glasses, Rooney looks like a squash scrape.
Yeah, that's what I look like all the time.
Oh, sorry.
I saw so many possibilities for Monday Night Football, I set out to create an entertainment hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha?
Yes, hoo-ha! Over just a simple sports broadcast. The first thing I did was hire Chet Forte, who would serve as director of the program for over 22 years.
Hi, I'm Chet.
Get out of here, Chet.
Sorry.
Monday Night Football is one of the longest-running primetime programs ever on commercial network television, and one of the highest-rated, particularly among male viewers.
Testosterone!
We also doubled the amount of cameras to cover the game, adding extensive graphic hoo-ha within the show.
What is hoo-ha?
Oh, you know. Extravaganza, pageant, spectacular. Makes the crowd say hoo and then say ha. Ah. No. Ha. Right, I wasn't... Never mind, hoo-ha. We also changed it from a 2-man broadcast to a 2-man and a velociraptor. This way, you can have a dinosaur on the field and 2 men in the booth.
No way. That sounds awesome.
It's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur.
That didn't last long. The dinosaurs kept eating cheerleaders. So we modified it to a man on the field and 2 men in the booth.
I suggest we get everyone and anyone as long as it wasn't someone as controversial as Howard Cosell.
So naturally, we went with Howard Cosell.
Cosell was joined by Keith Jackson as the play-by-play guy that first year, followed by Frank Gifford once his CBS contract was up.
But more importantly, he was joined in the booth by me.
Hey, it's former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Don Meredith.
That's me, Cherry Pie. Wait a minute. I never said anything like that before. Cherry Pie? What's with me saying cherry pie all the time? I don't say that.
I don't know. I don't watch football. I wrote that into Sabrina's script when she wasn't looking. I thought it was funny.
Chris, Cosell and Meredith were notorious for going back and forth at each other.
You got that right, Cherry Pie. Stop writing that for me.
Sure. Edit, and Meredith, you're gone.
No!
Monday Night Football got its start thanks to a huge part from Cosell.
Cosell? What are we co-selling? Is that how we get our money back since we don't have an IRA?
You were laying down the football knowledge. Now you're back to the Sabrina we know and love.
Back? Where'd I go? Ooh, I hope it was someplace fun.
Why don't we look at some great Meredith Cosell Gifford moments? I think at one point Howard Cosell even interviewed John Lennon. Woo! Let me see the remote. Skip. Fast forward. Pause. Mute. And yep, here it is. The little known montage button. It's always hidden under the shift button.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
The shift button certainly is.
JL, he's talking about the montage button. Chris, we have a magic remote that took us back to 1970 to relive the history of Monday Night Football. And you question the existence of a montage button?
I do, and I will. But press it anyway, JL.
Thank you, Laura. And in your face, Chris.
Why did you put the montage button in my face and then announce it?
Audio.
It's not a thing in real life, JL, so watch it.
Fine. Okay, here we go. Stand by to roll in 3, 2, roll. I've always wanted to say that. Hello again, everyone. I'm Howard Cosell. Glad to have you aboard for NFL Monday Night Football on ABC. We look forward to this game, even as cold as it is. My colleagues are not as suitably garbed as I am. They are younger, and I have thin old man skin.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over, and tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.
The importance that our society attaches to sport is incredible. After all, is football a game or a religion? The people of this country have allowed sports to get completely out of hand. "61 Curly Culp. These Kansas City Chiefs. 81 doesn't look real sharp either. They've got a lot of work ahead of them to get in shape.
I'm going to take you down there and let you tell them that personally.
If we see it, GIF, we got to say it." GIF, I think when this one is over, we should go into the league offices on Wednesday and get the films of the games and take them around to the local high schools as a study in futility.
Wow, that's heavy, Howard. Howard said that, America. Howard said that.
Will the Beatles ever reunite? You never know. You never know. I mean, it's always in the wind. If it weren't like this, it might be worth doing, right? You did just spend the weekend with Ringo. Yeah. And I promised him I'd mention his album out now. And I said I wouldn't mention my own, which is out now too. Forget it. Thank you very much, John. It was my pleasure. Thanks for having me. Right now, we have to rejoin the Gipper. Right? Yeah. Okay. Gipper. Over to Gipper. Bye-bye. Right now to tell you in detail about the Oilers, as only he can with his Texas corn pone, Dandy Don Meredith.
I never said anything ugly about you, Howard.
That little monkey gets loose, doesn't he?
Howard, isn't that a little racist?
I call all races monkeys, so no. Yes, we have to say it. Remember, this is just a football game, no matter who wins or loses. An unspeakable tragedy confirmed to us by ABC News in New York City. John Lennon, outside of his apartment building on the west side of New York City, the most famous, perhaps, of all the Beatles, shot twice in the back, rushed to Roosevelt Hospital, dead on arrival. And on that note, pause.
Ooh, that's got to be weird, JL, to hear them announce your death like that.
It wasn't, nor was it me. You did make it weird, though. Thanks, Sabrina.
Oh, you're welcome.
But seriously, Monday Night Football broke the news about John Lennon's death?
Yeah, remember, no internet and no cable at this time.
Right. No Twitter, no Facebook, no Instagram, no 7-Eleven.
There was 7-Eleven. But why would that matter?
Because they sell papers and magazines 24/7.
No. I get my information off the labels on the items. I once learned a Sesame Street fact on the back of a Cheez-Its box.
Guys, JL looks pretty bummed. I bet I know what would cheer him up. I've got beer.
How did you conjure up beer? I thought only JL could do that.
Oh, I didn't conjure it. Hank Williams Jr. gave it to me prior to leaving, along with a bag full of snacks, which were delicious, by the way.
I don't think he meant for you to eat all the snacks by yourself.
That's why I'm sharing the beer.
Can someone please tell me where mine is and what I'm drinking?
Oh, yeah. Your glasses are still busted. Can't see me.
JL's beer cooler, it's cooler than you think. JL's beer cooler, it's cool enough to drink. It's cool enough to drink, yeah.
What is this, John Cena?
This is from the official beer sponsor of the NFL, Bud Light Seltzer.
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't understand this alcoholic seltzer movement.
It's low calorie.
And gluten-free.
Is that... Oh, okay. Now I understand this alcoholic seltzer movement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because everybody wants alcohol, but they don't want the calories.
Yeah.
Or the gluten.
So this is 5%
there's other
alcohol in
gluten-free
it,
alcohol.
and it's only 100 calories, where most beers have at least 200 to 250 calories in them.
Okay. I guess so.
I thought that you could get behind this.
Well, no.
Chris, don't you like seltzer?
I do like seltzer, but we're going to rate this beer at the end, or the seltzer at the very end of the episode, 1 through 6. 1 being the worst, 6 being the best. It represents a 6-pack. This makes sense to everybody in the entire world, except for one lone Canadian in Kissimmee. So stay tuned for that.
That's because he watches the CFL.
It's true. He probably watches
Wait,
the
what's that?
XFL.
Wait, what's
Who
that?
isn't watching the
Canadian
XFL right
Football
now?
League.
Isn't that soccer?
No.
Oh, no, just kidding.
He likes the Toronto Argonauts or the Montreal Alouettes.
They have football, like American football in Canada?
Yeah.
It's got a few different
What's an
rules.
alouette?
A few different rules.
Like, do they use their feet more?
No.
Then why is
That's
it
called
a
soccer.
football? That's what I said. Football. Alrighty.
You know what? I bet there's a drinking and or beer montage. It's got to be on here. Beer and football go together like
Laura and Cruises.
Ooh. Are you ready for some cruising? Ooh, that could be my new catchphrase.
Ooh, found it. It was under beers, jeers, and cheers.
Bud.
Wise.
What does it mean to you when the team is struggling?
I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling. I want to kiss you.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a huge compliment.
Welcome to the Mile High City, and I really am. We'll be right back after these messages. In case some of you fans are wondering what's happened to my friend and cohort, Howard Cosell, Howard has been sick this week. And how about that? He got sick all over my boots.
Well, that was depressing.
Especially the frogs. Nobody offered them a beer.
I found it more depressing that they still wanted a regular Budweiser when there's Highlight to be had.
Maybe someone else should take over the remote for a while. Someone like me, because it's all about me.
I will gladly hand this over. Everything I've chosen either makes you want to drink or stop drinking.
All right, remote, let's see what you got left in you. I want to see some of the best plays that have ever happened over the years. Also, has anyone else caught on to the fact that when we do a montage, the clips are not in any particular order? Meaning, Hank was wrong! And we can go back in time.
Hank is never wrong. That's what we call a loophole. Roll clips?
Good play action.